Welcome back to the channel and for watching these videos as always. Today you join me at Burnham Harbour where I'm looking at this 2014 Merry Fisher 855 for sale. As you can see, as twin 150 horsepower Suzukis, just like the one I had on the back of my Beneteau Antares 780. It has the full teak in the cockpit and I think down the side deck, and the full canopy enclosure as well. This gate was a bit tricky to actually do up, it kept pinging open, so a small thing, but those kind of little things were quite irritating. But this boat is actually listed with Morgan Marine, and you can see the salesman turning up now. Looking around, the rear seats are on a track that slide forward. It has the full cushion sets in there, and so we're just going to have a brief look around to see if it fits the bill for our next boat. As soon as we go inside, you'll see it does look a little bit dated, but again it's been well used. But there are lockers under all of these seats. I think the first thing my wife said when we got on the boat is that she's not sure she likes all the wood effects in the galley, but again these are things that we could always put over mats over in the future. As with any boat, it's all about the storage areas, so straight away we look into drinks holders. Excellent. You have mains power outlets for when you're using shore power. You have a full galley area with the little pop-up tap there, and you have a number of pull-out drawers here, and at the bottom it's a nice big storage area as well. Everything was lovely and clean. Once I can do the drawer up, obviously, but all lovely and clean, and a nice fridge there you can see as well. There's a pull-out drawer just under this seat that you'll see in the background there. But one of the things where I was interested in looking for is a chair that can move forward with an aft-facing seat back to help those that are also facing forward. Now this one actually slides out, as you can see, rather than pivots like a later Merry Fisher 895, and this is actually on runners, so again the whole thing can slide forwards and backwards to give you space around the table as well. But again, trying to do it with the GoPro in one hand and trying to move that latch, but you can see the runners clearly there are moving and it slides back in position there. It has the folding table as you would expect, and those little kind of bars underneath to pull out to support the weight at the table. But the seating itself is quite worn, but again it is a 11-year-old boat, except that I think on my previous boat I was used to just keeping it nice and pristine. But it's a great commanding view out of the boat as well, and to the side of the helm there's also the side door, which is something I'm really keen to have. Here's a quick view of that sliding compartment under the seat unit. But the one thing I really did like on this boat, on the helm, is that all the clocks and everything are digital. You have the power here, so I switch this on so I can look at everything on the helm, and I'll just cut to that now so you can see it. So as you can see, pretty much it is pretty all digital. It has a nice big Lowrance screen on it. It has obviously twin throttles for the twin engines. It has a bow thruster, it has trim tabs, and also I believe it has heating on it as well. It also has a Fusion stereo system. There's the bow thruster, it has the radio, obviously there's the Fusion system. So again, a well spec'd boat actually. Now moving away from the helm, I wanted something that actually felt a bit like a little super yacht, and that's to have doors going into the different bedding areas, and also a nice tall head compartment, so again you're not cramped up like you were in my Beneteau and Torres 780. So going down into the bow of the boat, you'll then start to see the space you've got here as well. So looking at the guest cabin first, you can see you have a small storage locker as you go in, a big double bed. There are all the pads for obviously for the cockpit area and also for the bow. But again, a nice little storage locker, and you do have standing headroom as you go into this guest bedroom, as you can see with the light above. Then you have the owner's cabin with a nice hanging locker when it opens. Again, it's pretty good space actually. It's pretty well spec'd, nice mirror there. Again, there are the bow cushions in there, and then you have a big storage void under the mattress as well, as you would expect. And you can also see the ducts there for the heating. You have a wall mount there for TV, and the door behind you slides across, and it slides back as I'm just about to demonstrate, and then we will go into the heads compartment. Now, viewers of my previous video, when on my Beneteau and Torres 780, you had to almost like walk backwards into the heads compartment so you could try to get yourself positioned over the toilet. In here, it's much better. There is standing room in here. Hopefully, I think I'll demonstrate in a second. But it's all nice and spacious. A great little sink in there actually as well. An easy access behind this panel above my head, just there to get into the electronics behind the dash. But a nice bit of storage in there. And so not cramped at all actually. The tap actually pulls out on the actual tube that's attached to it, so it can become a shower. But again, I think it's really, really pleasant in here, and yeah, I think I could see myself weekending on this particular boat. And here you can clearly see a vent for the Basto heating. But again, something I really, really wanted on a boat was a door on the side, so I could get out to do the roping and come alongside much more easily with more control. Nice big side deck there, and again it is offset, so you'll see that the port side is much narrower. And as you look into the chain locker, grimy, I grant you, but everything's there, including the control. And I believe it also had a windlass control actually on the cockpit, sorry, not the cockpit, on the dashboard itself. But a pretty good looking boat. I liked the dual sun screens on the top, and it also had the solar panels on the roof as well to help with charging. But as you can see, there's small marks in the gel coat that needed to be repaired, but I think that's just an age thing. And the other thing I'm looking for around the dashboard is whether any of the delamination of the glue, and actually this one looks to be in pretty good condition actually. Nice big pantograph windscreen wipers there, as you can see. And then we're back inside out of the wind. But a pretty impressive boat actually. I just need to think a bit more about it. The things that put me off are actually just the hours on the engines, which are several hundred, and also just the condition of the seating and the covers. I know that all these things can be repaired, but it's just another cost. Definitely one to consider, but let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.